Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel Acrylic Pour Art with G. Of course I'm G, your artist of choice hopefully, and today we're going to be doing an open cup pour with the leftover paints I had from my last pour. Now before I go on, I just wanted to say thanks very much to everyone who watched and commented and liked my previous video. It was actually my best performing video so far. We're already up to over 600 views in just a day and a half. So thank you to everyone who liked, and of course those who subscribed to my channel. Always happy to have new people subscribing and coming to watch my art. And of course if you subscribe, you will be one of the first people to see the new videos as they come out. Now the title of today's video, The Most Pervasive Problem with Acrylic Pouring, in my opinion is simply the consistency of the paints. Now I don't know if you've been noticing in the last few pours that I've done, I've been getting a lot of cell action, way more than normal, and I believe it's down to the consistency of my paint. Now originally when I started painting, doing the pours, I had my paint at a thickness where it would leave a little mound in the paint for 3 seconds and then sort of disappear, and I thought that that was the standard for the paint consistency, and I think I was actually wrong in thinking that. I think depending on the type of technique you're using, the paint consistency needs to be adapted. So what I've been doing in my most recent pours is making the consistency a little bit thinner. Now, I'm not really sure if you'll be able to see here. This is the base layer that I'm going to be using for today's pour, but if I lift up some paint and stick it on, I hope you can see that. You can see the mound forms but then disappears sort of almost instantly, and this is the consistency I've been using in my last few pours, which has been resulting in a lot of cells. Now obviously when you're doing a straight pour or a tree ring pour, as they call it, I think your consistency has to be a little bit thicker, because obviously with that type of pour you want the delineation of the colors. You don't want the colors to blend together too much, and I think if the paint's a little bit thinner, you're going to get that blending of the colors. Some people like that, some people don't. I think it just depends on the technique that you're doing. So yeah, that's my 2 cents worth. For beginners out there, just experiment with the different consistencies and see what works for you. Obviously, as I've said, you know, the thinner consistencies are now working for me in terms of cell creation, and for me that is all I want. I just love the cells, but also love tree ring pours, but yeah, for me cells is where it's at. So as I said, today we are going to be doing a open cup pour with the leftover paints from the last pour. So I've got the beautiful purple, we've got the nice light pink, got a little bit of the bronze left, not too much, and then I've made up just one more color because I didn't feel I had enough colors. This is a red oxide paint, and then my base layer is going to be black because I had a lot of black left over. So first things first, let me get this black down. And there it is. I'm quite liking the colors. I'm not going to flame it just yet because I want to tilt it before I flame it. And the reason for that is if I flame it now and the cells develop, once I start tilting it, it's going to stretch the cells out. And I actually prefer them to be nice and round. So I'll only flame once I've tilted. As you can see, I've got some nice new gloves. Brand new. Of course they're not going to stay looking like this for long, but hey, what can you do? I'm actually going to try and use the corner effect again. Let's see if we can do this. without dropping the thing in like we did last time. So I'm just going to move this into the corner. Excellent. We had no faux pas like we did last time with dropping in the piece of card, so that was a step in the right direction. And yeah, now we just got to get ready to flame it. I see a few cells coming out, some big ones there with the copper, so let me just get my gloves off. And now I'm hoping, if I've done this correctly, that we're going to get a lot of cell action here. I just want to pick out these little lumps that I have, otherwise it's not looking too bad. Right guys, let's see if we can get some cell action going on here. I'm hoping that we can, because I'm liking the color palette as it is. So let's get flaming and see. Wow guys, that is turning out beautifully. As I said, if you can get your paint consistency just right, the cell action is going to take care of itself. Of course the silicone helps. Some artists don't use silicone. I like to use it because it's an easy way to get those cells coming up. There we go. There are a few sections here that don't have cells, but I'm not going to go too much. I'll first fix up the sides and let the cells develop a bit, and then we will come back and flame it one more time. Right guys, there you go. As you can see, we have a lot of cell action, and it's actually turning into one of my favorite pieces. The purple is very prominent, which is great. So I'm happy about that. There's just one little piece of a lump in there. Otherwise I think that's pretty much it. And as I said in my last video, well actually the one before that, I'm actually also starting to use a little bit more paint to help layer up the paint so that we get this awesome cell effect. I think before, when I had too little paint, there weren't enough layers of the different colors for the cells to come through and develop. So I'm quite happy that that seems to be working. So yeah, guys, that is the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I described and gave a solution for the most pervasive problem with acrylic pouring, which to me is paint consistency. I could add a second issue, is the amount of paint you use, because before I wasn't using nearly enough, and since I've started using a little bit more paint, we've started to get a lot more cells. So I think maybe a combination of the two, paint consistency and paint quantity, is the solution if you're looking for cells in your artwork. I'm just going to give it one more flame, as I always do. I don't think there's many more places we can get cells. There's just this one section here that doesn't seem to have any, so let's see if we can cell that up. Sometimes they don't come through in those spots, so I don't want to overdo it on the other section because it's already looking really awesome. Right guys, that's it for today. I hope you're having a good week. My week's just got a whole lot better with this pour. I really love it. That red oxide is looking great, and also the bronze, once it dries, we're going to have that nice metallic effect, which always looks good on the paintings. I just wanted to say again, thanks to everyone for subscribing. I think we're on 298 subscribers, so literally in this week we've gone from sort of 240 up to 300. So thank you to everyone who's subscribed. If you're watching this video now and you haven't subscribed, please go and click the subscribe button, and while you're there, click the like button as well. the more likes and subscriptions we get, the better for the YouTube algorithm. So that's it, guys. Hope you're having a good week. I will probably catch you on the weekend with another pour. And until then, yeah, keep well and happy pouring. I'll cut to the close-up. Cheers.